Hello and welcome back. So, I promised that this was going to be a year end project plan, but plans change like all plans. This one did too. And what I've decided to do is like a rolling project plan, which is year long, because 2 weeks wasn't enough time to finish up products that I thought I had very little of left, which was such an eye opener and which was so surprising to me. And therefore, this is my birthday month. So, for the 35th year of my existence, what I want to focus on is project planning and using up things in my collection, which which kind of I've been doing, but also at the same time also buying a lot of stuff. I also have another video planned out where I'll actually be introducing a no buy challenge. So, again, for the 35th year of my existence, because my birthday is very close to the new year, you could call it a New Year's resolution, but it technically isn't because I did buy certain things in January as well. But from this birthday to my next birthday, the next thing I buy for myself is going to be a birthday gift to self next year. I have put on a lot of weight, which is postpartum weight gain. If I don't lose some of that weight, I might end up buying some essential pieces of clothing. Except for that, that being the only exception, I don't think I'll have to buy anything else. But, anyways, that's for an entirely different video. I will be introducing and I'll probably give it some more thought before just jumping into it completely blind. And then I'll come up with my rules and then introduce my no buy. So this project pan kind of goes hand in hand with the whole idea of a new no buy, because that way what I'm focusing on is using up the things I have and decluttering my life, my space, instead of just constantly buying new things. What I've realized is it this whole concept of hoarding things comes from a scarcity mindset, wherein you see something on a deal, you see something, and you want to own it, and that kind of ownership is aspirational, and that's how the world is today. And I don't want to do that. I want to simplify my life, and therefore the project plan and the no buy. So yeah, that was a pretty long intro. Coming to the project plan itself, where I'm at is I've used up or finished up more than half. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, more than half of the products that I set out to achieve. The caveat being that most of these products were really at the end of their life. There was very little left in some of these. And some of these products that I thought I could use up very easily, I could not, which again is an eye opener. So let's just start. And I like to start with the nice things first. So we'll do the empties first and then the stuff that I did not use up. And one of this is really surprising that I couldn't use that up. But yeah, let's do the empties first. First empty that I'm really proud of is this body wash. This was a huge bottle, a 500 ml bottle of this is like a jumbo packaging of Plum's Body Loving shower gel. This was a really nice shower gel, very all year round, floral, fresh, nothing, nothing too fancy, but it smelled great. You could use it all of the year, and it was a big, big bottle. And I like getting big bottles of stuff that I know I would like. And this I didn't know I would like, but I had the body spray, so I had an inkling. So yeah, I've used that one up entirely. This is a gel body wash. If you have really dry skin, this might make your skin a little drier, but not really. It's not one of those very stripping body washes. So it's okay. So it was a good, decent body wash. I liked it, but not so much that I'm tempted to go back, right back up and buy a new one, right back out and buy a new one. No, not really. I don't care for it that much. There are others from Plum, other products from Plum that I would actually miss in my collection. This is not one of them. Next is also another product from Plum. This is their Think Derma Cica and Azelaic Acid Face Serum. Let me just check something. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I'm recording. But this is the azelaic acid face serum. This I used for the majority of my pregnancy, at least in the last trimester. It's great for acne. I did have a lot of acne in my pregnancy, but I was so sick most of the time, so worried and stressed. I don't know if it was hormonal, if it was skin, or if it was just stress causing all of that acne. But yeah, this I used up. It was again a decent formula, but it was a little bit on the stickier side. If that's not something you enjoy, you might stay away from this. I don't know if they even make it anymore. I did I do like to go on with moisturizer after my face serums, but this particular one made it a little difficult for me to do that because of how sticky it is. I think it's the glycerine or something in it. I don't know what's in it that's making it slightly sticky, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I used it up, I liked it, I liked the whole experience of using it. Did it work really well for my acne? Not so much because, again, I don't know what caused my acne. Did it maintain? Sure. Like if I had an active acne, if I applied it on that day, the acne settled down maybe a little quicker than it would have otherwise. So I liked using that. But again, not something I would run and get it. I actually had used a ton of it before I introduced it into the project, but I didn't really focus on how I felt about it. Okay, this is an acne serum. Let me use it when I had acne. But I didn't really go into the depths of, hey, am I enjoying it? Is it a good product? I didn't really consciously think about those aspects. And this project was a way for me to do that. And so I kind of formed an opinion about it. Even if they still make it, unless they've reformulated it or something, I wouldn't be tempted to repurchase that. This I'm sure they don't make anymore. This is the Dot and Key Hydro Peel Glow Potion. And this I really liked. Surprisingly, I used it for a couple of days straight. That is, I mean, I did give it a break, maybe alternate days. And that period of the month of January, where I consistently used this, probably is the best my skin has felt in a really, really long time. Now, that could be this or another face wash that I was using around the same time. It could be either of these or a combination that led to such beautiful skin. I loved how my skin looked for the majority of January. And I kind of give a lot of credit to this. And you didn't have to use a lot of it. I mean, I had like the tiniest bit left and I used it up. So probably had like 15, 20 uses left in spite of there being very little left. This is a 10% AHA and 2% BHA serum, if I've not mentioned it already. This is from Dot and Key. They don't make this anymore. I don't know if they have a reformulated version of it, but I don't think this grapefruit borage flour with this particular packaging is available anymore. Again, a good product. I will go check if they still make it. If they do, eventually when I restart buying things for myself, I might get it. But for now, I have way too many face serums, way too many skincare products to be tempted to, place an order again. I mean, generally I would be tempted, but I don't want to be tempted. I want to slow down. I want to be more mindful of what I'm bringing, the junk that I'm bringing into my house. I mean, these things just collected dust for years, and none of these things are going to go out of the market. What is this FOMO that I have, that I have to need and try and own all of these things, or I'm missing out? I'm not, because today there's a product and tomorrow there's a better product. It only gets better. So I'm in no hurry to replace this. This again was a very nice product. This was the pack moisturizer. Again, I don't think they make this anymore. I believe this was a dupe for one of the hourglass moisturizers. I think that was it. Or maybe I'm getting it confused. But this was a very thick emollient moisturizer that acted as a beautiful base for your makeup, especially if you were doing your makeup in winters. You would have loved it. Um, I used it as a regular facial moisturizer, whatever was left of it. But in the past, I've used it underneath of makeup and totally loved it. This is amazing. I don't know why Plum doesn't make it. Sorry, Pack doesn't make it anymore. Or maybe they do. I just didn't find it. What they instead have is another moisturizer that I'll show you in a second. That I'm not a big fan of. The next thing I have is this Love Beauty and Planet body lotion. I have just about this much left. Great fragrance, love it. If there's anything from this range, like body lotion and body care wise, that I would want to repurchase, it would be this. It's unlike anything I have in my collection. And I have a pretty large body care, body mist, body butter kind of collection. But this is lovely. I mean, this is so fresh, so vacationy. And it reminds me of some hotel sample that I had in the past. I don't know which one. I can't really pinpoint to which one it was, but this is so nice. It's coconutty. It is coconutty fresh. I don't even know how that happens. It's coconut and it's fresh. It's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It was a lovely formula. It was lightweight, not for winters maybe because I have very, very dry skin, but for summers it was great. This was very, very nice. Next up, this is probably everybody's favorite salicylic acid cleanser. It's a little too strong, so I would not recommend using it every day. I do have backups of this, so that's not a problem. I probably have like two of this in my collection already because I've purchased it every time it went on sale. And I think, if I'm not wrong, this is the only salicylic acid cleanser I have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Maybe I've used one other in the past, um, something that my dermat recommended, but otherwise, this is the only salicylic acid cleanser I have and I've used. So, this was the salicylic acid daily gentle cleanser from CosRX. Slightly on the pricier side, but not really because it's a big, big bottle and you need very little to use it. And yes, this definitely worked. One, it exfoliates your skin like a little too much. So if you use it every day, you would have really dry and irritated skin. So I would only recommend using it when you have active acne. And honestly, if you have acne, go to the doctor, get a prescription, and then use stuff. But if you have the occasional acne problem and you don't really think it's a big issue and you don't think you need to go to the doctor, then yeah, this is a good facial cleanser for acne prone skin. Next, I have this Comfort Ceramide cream. This is from Cosrx again. Very thick cream. In spite of being thick and emollient, did not make my skin, your skin, why your skin? My skin. Did not leave my skin feeling oily. This, I used up the entire tube. I actually recorded the a number of uses I got out of this tube. I leave that on the screen somewhere here. I mean, I have like this counter app on my phone that I click every time I use products that I'm tracking their usage on. And I have the accurate number of times that I've used this product. I leave it on the screen. And it's just a fun thing that I do for my own sake, just so that I can get a little bit more of a reminder of how long these things last. So yeah, this was a ceramide cream, really great for your barrier. I had terrible skin this winter, and this winter in Bangalore was one of the worst winters. It was drier and colder than usual. I mean, it used to be this cold maybe 10 years ago, but it's gotten, I mean, it had gotten warmer over the years, and now it's back to being cold again. I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, so this one was a total lifesaver. This, and I have one other product which were like total game changers this winter because I had a terrible time trying to kind of soothe my skin. It was burning, it was dry, it was parched. For the most part, I had like, if I did, if I tried to open my eyes wide or pull my cheeks down, my skin would tug. It would feel like it was just this tight thing that was burning up. And you understand the feeling, right? When your skin is like really, really dry, you do this, or you try to move your facial muscles and your skin pulls. That's how bad my skin was for the majority of this winter. And this really helped. And I already have backups of this. So there's no reason why I should go back and buy anymore. Uh, then I have this hair growth serum from Wishcare. Again, I have backups of this. My mother and I both use this, so we've gone through several bottles of this. And this I will keep repurchasing, or I might replace with a different product. But for now, I have backups of this, which will last me quite a few months. This I've made a dedicated short video on. This is the Cosrx 6 peptide skin booster. Again, lovely product, loved it. And in summers, when I use this, I didn't even feel the need to use a moisturizer. It's just that good. Again, I have backups of this, so I'm in no hurry to go back and purchase. Then I have the Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Plus Eye Cream. Good eye balm. Is it worth the price tag? No, no eye cream is worth the price tag, according to me. And if it works for your under eye, and if it works for your under eye wrinkles, it should probably work for the rest of your face, right? So you're better off just purchasing a large tub of face cream and just using it under your eyes. But again, your dermatologist is better at making that assessment based on your particular under eye concern. Good, decent eye cream, but wasn't so great that I would spend the thousands of rupees that is this one's price tag. Those were all my empties. Coming to the things that I was not successful at, this was a surprise because I thought there was so little in here and three uses would be enough. But believe me, I gave more than three uses, or maybe about five uses, and I still didn't use it up. Here's the reason why. This is a tinted product, right? And if you used like three fingers worth of it, you won't be able to blend it in. So you are using very little of this each time, like you would a tinted moisturizer. And therefore, you're also using a different sunscreen underneath, which again reduces the quantity of this one you can apply on top of that sunscreen, because you're already a goopy, greasy mess with that other sunscreen. And so this, I probably have several more uses, and I'm nowhere close to finishing it. So that is one non-empty from this project, which will also be rolled over to the next update, and hopefully by the next update I'll be done. This I thought I had like one more use, and honestly, if I shake it, I can hear nothing. There is nothing. But when I spray it, oh, I guess we're done. That's an empty. So it's an empty. All right. So I guess that's an empty. But I didn't know it was an empty because until recently, whenever I spritz it just in the air, I could see something come out. But great that that's an empty. Uh, that was the Batiste dry shampoo, by the way. Then I had this Ilana Beat Tint, nowhere close to finishing it. Still doesn't smell off or feel off, and therefore I'll continue to use it maybe for the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months. And if I don't use it, I'll chuck it, whatever. But for now, I'm nowhere close to done. I mean, the last time I checked, I was up to here. Now I'm like a centimeter or 2-3 millimeters below that line. The last time I held a light source behind and checked. Then I have this lip balm. This is a shocker. Okay, I thought I would be able to use it, and I have used it. But there's that very little bit that keeps coming out, that annoying last bit that keeps coming out every time I squeeze it, and therefore I'm not fully convinced to call it an empty. I mean, it's pesky bit. Okay, like I do that, and there's that little bit that comes out, and then it goes in before I can even apply it to my mouth. So I have to my lips, I have to like use my fingers to get some out. But hopefully by the next update. Then I have the salicylic acid and niacinamide solution. Again, since that other acne product, the acne serum, is gone, I could probably foreseeably use it up in the next 2 months because I don't get acne as often anymore. But probably in the next 2 months, I'm hoping that the next 2 months is good enough time for me to use this up. This is the salicylic acid and niacinamide solution from the Formula RX. This is where I was at last time, and I haven't made any progress since then. The next thing is this pack moisturizer. I like this as a moisturizer, but it's nothing special. It's a gel based moisturizer. There are tons of these out there. It's just bulky packaging. So this time when I traveled, I couldn't even take it with me because of how big this is. And I know there are products out there that perform exactly the same, if not better. And so I'm not really tempted to use this and take this along when I'm traveling. But yeah, because I own it, I want to use it up. But eventually, this will not be a repurchase for me. This is the lactic body lotion. This is the unscented variety from Sugandha. I've gone through multiple bottles of this. I have a couple of more bottles of this. Again, I've snagged them each time they were on sale. One of my favorite body lotions. very thick, very not very thick, but the right amount of thickness, a good moisturizer for all year long, unless you have very problematic skin like me, wherein I have extremely dry skin in the winter. So in the winter, I didn't get to use it much. I don't know where I'm at on this, must be around here. But yeah, I didn't use it up because I was using the vanilla caramello one from Plum, this one, and I'm almost done. I'm like right here. And this was great for the winter months, especially in December when I introduced this. That vanilla caramello one, this one was a better fit for that season. But I'm glad at least this one is almost done. So I have very little of this left. By the next update, I will be done. And given how much body lotion I apply each time, it's not going to be difficult. Then this is the low pH Good Morning gel cleanser. I had another cleanser, the salicylic acid one. And so I also had a powder cleanser that was in my bathroom that I loved using. And so this kind of took a backseat. And because both of these are like AHA, BHA exfoliating cleansers, I couldn't kind of use both of them at once. So I focused on the salicylic acid one from Cosrx, while this one kind of took the backseat. But I've still made decent enough progress because I was able to use this on my underarms and kind of use it as a deodorizing and detanning, or not detanning, depigmenting solution for my underarms. So yeah, this very little of this. I should be able to use it up by my next update. And also because this and the powder face wash are the only two face washes right now that's in my bathroom. So even if I used it every alternate day or once in 3 days, I should be able to use this up. Surprisingly, did not use of my Centella or alcohol-free toner from Cosrx. Um, Probably made decent progress because I was here the last time and I'm here right now. But the reason I didn't use it much was because I didn't get an opportunity to, because I had another rose water bottle that was sitting on the side of my table, on my bedside table, which I used more often than this one, and that is why I've not used it. So that's everything that was already in the project. And coming to what I want to focus on this next month, the products that I haven't used last time around are the ones I want to focus on. But here's introducing some additional products into this project. Let me grab those. So I'm just introducing four new products, and these are actually quite new. I have a lot of these, I mean, a lot of product in these. So the first one is the Plump Think Derma 1% resveratrol and vitamin C moisturizer. This I'm introducing because there's no other moisturizer in my project currently after I used up the Cosrx one. So that's a night cream that I'm introducing. Next, this Misha Time Revolution Night Repair Ampule. This cost a bomb. I mean, this is supposed to be a dupe for the Advanced Night Repair from what is that? From Estee Lauder, but the dupe itself is crazy expensive. So I have one bottle of this and one backup, and I want to use it up because these are the kinds of things that I tend to kind of slowly try and savor and not use too much of and keep saving for a special occasion. I don't want to do that because these things go bad. And even before they can work efficiently on my skin, if they go bad, what's the point of having spent all that money on it? So that's why I'm introducing the Misha Time Revolution. Then, because the lip balm is almost over and hopefully it'll be done soon, I'm introducing this Candy Melts lip balm from Plum. I'm probably about halfway done with this, and this is one of my favorite formulas from Plum. I've had this strawberry variant, I've had their purple colored one. I think it's a berry variant. I've used up the berry one, the strawberry one is still there. They came in like this little trio many moons ago. That's when I purchased it, back in 2022, looks like. So yeah, so this is another introduction. And I have a lot of body lotions from, or body creams from Bath and Body Works. And I have like a duplicate of this. You won't believe it. I have another Gingham Gorgeous. So I want to use this up as well because I use the Gingham Gorgeous body mist throughout this month. And I think this is like a nice weather for that um, body mist. And along with that, if I use this, even without me realizing, I'll be done with it. This and the Sugandha body lotion will be the only two body lotions in this project. And so, in all likelihood, the Sugandha one will be done. And this one probably will have a couple more months to work on. Maybe by March-ish, I should be done with both of them. So yeah, that's a lot of products, a lot of them out of my collection, which I'm glad and grateful. And I'm happy that I was able to use them up, because it's so unlike me, because I use half of something, shove it aside, and move on to the next shiny thing. And then that keeps collecting dust or expires or goes bad, and I have to throw them, which is not a great use of my money. So, yeah, this is a new journey. This is a new experiment I'm on, and hopefully it'll be fruitful. Let's see. All right. So that brings us to the end of the video, and hopefully I'll post an update. And unlike most of my other projects where I've just done an introduction and not done any updates. Okay, editing human here. Like always, I've done something weird to chop off the last bit of that video. And as I was saying, I'm hopeful that unlike all my other previous Project Pan attempts in the past, I won't abandon this midway, and I'll actually be consistent with posting updates. So I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.